You feel it, don't you? That weight in your chest, that sinking feeling when you wake up and remember they're gone. It's like a part of you has been ripped away, like everything that once felt certain has crumbled into nothing, and now you're left with this endless loop of thoughts. What went wrong? What you could have done differently? And the worst one of all. Will I ever feel whole again? But here's the truth no one tells you. This pain, this emptiness, it's not the end. It's the beginning. Right now you have a choice. You can let this break you, let it consume you, let it define you, or you can use it. You can turn this into the greatest transformation of your life. Because here's what most people do when they go through a breakup. They chase, they beg, they look for closure, for validation, for some way to make the pain stop. But the more they reach, the further away it all feels. The more they try to fill the void, the deeper it gets. That's not your path. Your path is different. Your path is the one of strength, of resilience, of rebuilding yourself into something greater than you were before. And it starts with one thing: acceptance. The first step to truly moving on is understanding this. They don't owe you anything anymore. Not an explanation, not another chance, not even an apology. Holding on to what should have been is only keeping you stuck. Because reality is simple. It ended. And now your job isn't to fix it. Your job is to build something new. You see, most people fear loss because they think it means losing a part of themselves. But the truth is, what you lost was just an illusion of control. You never owned that person. You never had control over how they felt, what they did, or where life would take them. The only thing you ever had control over was you, and this is your moment to take that power back. Because the pain you feel isn't a sign that something's wrong. It's a sign that something inside you is waking up. A version of you that's stronger, wiser, untouchable by circumstances. But the question is, are you ready to meet that version of yourself? Right now, your mind is searching for something, some kind of relief, some way to make sense of everything. You replay conversations, analyze every moment, trying to figure out where it all went wrong. But here's what you need to understand. Healing doesn't come from understanding the past. It comes from accepting the present. The more you try to rewrite history in your head, the more power you give to something that no longer exists. And that's what keeps people trapped. They live in what could have been instead of what is. But reality is cold. It's sharp. And it's real. The only way forward is to face it. So how do you do that? How do you detach, let go, and move forward when everything in you is screaming to hold on? You start by taking back control. 1. Remove their presence from your life. That means no checking their social media, no looking at old pictures, no rereading messages. Every time you do, you rip open the wound again. Stop letting the past haunt you. 2. Stop seeking closure. You think you need one last conversation, one last explanation, but what you really need is to accept that no explanation will ever be enough. Closure isn't something they give you, it's something you decide for yourself. 3. Channel the pain into growth. Right now you have energy inside you, raw, painful, intense. Most people waste it by drowning in self-pity. But not you. You take that fire and use it to build something new, a stronger body, a sharper mind, a new skill, a better life. You don't heal by sitting still. You heal by evolving. Most people never make it past this point. They get stuck in the cycle, waiting, hoping, replaying the past like a broken record. They tell themselves they're moving on, but deep down, they're still chained to what's already gone. And because of that, they never become who they were meant to be. But you're different. You've made it this far, and that tells me something. You are done being controlled by this. So here's what you do next. You stop thinking of this as an ending. This is a rebirth. The person you were before, the one who was dependent, the one who placed their happiness in someone else's hands, that version of you is gone, and in its place, Someone stronger is emerging. The pain you feel? That's not something to escape. That's the fire that will forge you into something greater. Use it. Use it to push yourself further than you ever have before. Wake up earlier. Get out of bed with purpose. Train your body. Push yourself harder in the gym, in your routine, in your discipline. Feed your mind. Read. Learn. Absorb everything that makes you sharper, stronger, more unshakable. Build something. A skill, a business, a version of yourself that even you won't recognize 6 months from now. Because the best revenge, it's not moving on. It's moving up. It's becoming the kind of person who doesn't even look back. The kind of person who no longer seeks validation, no longer waits for an apology, no longer cares about what was, because they are too focused on what's ahead. And if you're ready to step into that version of yourself, subscribe to The Inner Gold right now. Because this isn't just about getting over a breakup. This is about mental toughness. This is about building a mindset that nothing and no one can break. And if you're serious about this, like this video to mark this moment, this is your turning point. This is where you decide that from this day forward, you no longer chase, you no longer beg, you no longer wait. You become. And that version of you, the one who is focused, unshakable, unstoppable, that's the person who wins.